competition for good assets has been intense, as the panelists have said, and really the expectation is that trend will continue. I know Manu mentioned the amount of dry powder that's out there that really drives competition for assets. We also see this from just a number of firms competing in different marketplaces, and it really comes from new firms that are entering the market, as well as well-established firms that have extended beyond their initial core strengths. So you may start as a private equity firm and go into private credit, real estate, infrastructure, et cetera. And so becoming a competitor in markets that may have been more limited in the past. So there's several, from my perspective, there's several strategic implications for private markets firms, and I would say that the underlying factors that I just mentioned have really driven an intense competition for talent and capital as well. And this is particularly as funds and firms have grown, and managers are able to see from a business perspective of managing their firms that they're able to leverage the existing infrastructure to attract both talent and capital. I'd also say that that has allowed and really driven a need for capital to support the growth of the infrastructure, to add investment teams, to seed new funds. And so now you have large firms and even not so large firms who have got external shareholders, both public and private. And that creates complexity for the businesses, which needs to be managed, in addition to the investment strategies and processes and all that have been managed in the past. At the other end of the spectrum, so you've got some firms getting much larger and much more diverse, and at the other end of the spectrum, you have some firms that remain highly focused on what their core strengths are from an investment perspective, and they can differentiate themselves by having differentiated deal flow and differentiated returns, and on that basis are able to attract both talent and capital. So I think as you look at all of the above, and really depending or independent in some ways of the path that a firm follows, all of it is really being executed with the intent of building enduring firms. And I think that's the underlying goal and the underlying trend that we see in the private markets industry more broadly.